have Andrew Reiner, Joe Juba, JV Gwaltney, and Ben Reeves.
Hello.
Oh, wonderful to see you, Ben Reeves. I'm so glad one of you can speak because we have a lot to talk about here. We wanted to preempt Star Wars because we're smarter than them by talking about Star
We're
Wars.
outthink them.
That's a force power, precognition.
Ooh, very good. What we're doing here is talking about Star Wars games. And it's like, okay, we can have a general discussion about, hey, there's some good Star Wars games, there's some bad Star Wars games. But there's a format that Ben Reeves has wanted to do on this podcast for at least 7 months of him screaming about, like,
More.
Let's just bring in a short list of games and then just come to some sort of agreement about the official ranking for this specific podcast and not anything associated with Game Informer beyond that. Not to be confused with our top 30 Star Wars games that Reiner made a while
Not
ago.
our.
Yours.
I did that all myself. I was like, screw these guys. I don't want their input. I'm doing my own.
They call him Mr. Solo.
We kept saying it would never work, Rainer.
We're not bound to like our top 300 order or anything like that.
right.
This is just
Limitless.
us arguing right here for today.
How many Star Wars
Absolutely.
games were even on the top 300?
I don't even know.
Probably 2.
We got a lot to talk about, Reeves. Here we go.
right.
Okay, so in no particular order, let's go around and see what everybody brought to this potluck, right? Reiner, what's your first game? So just the game, and then I'll
Just
type it down.
one or
So
all
no
four?
details yet. Just let's go one.
Okay. Doesn't get enough credit. Lego Star Wars. I'm
Now-
going to go with the complete saga.
Complete saga. Okay, that's a great addition. Joe Juba.
Super Empire Strikes Back.
Boy.
Good one.
Okay, JV.
Star Wars chess.
Shut
Out
up.
of here.
Ben Reeves.
Star Wars Rogue Leader.
Nice, Reeves.
Beautiful. I'll go with Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer.
Oh, very good.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, Reiner.
I'm going same system, Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, well, I played mine on PC, but I hear you. Okay.
Late to the party.
Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yeah,
What?
baby. JV Goldney.
Dark Forces 2.
Wow. Okay, good.
Which is Jedi Knight.
Jedi Knight.
Okay.
I'm going with Force Unleashed.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's what I
Force.
said when I played it.
Unleashed. My next one will be Star Wars, The Old Republic.
Oh, BioWare.
We haven't doubled any of these up yet.
That's pretty impressive.
impressive, actually.
Turns out there's a lot of these goddamn games.
We did not plan ahead here.
Reiner, what do you got?
Star Wars Republic Commando.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
He plots his own choice. Jojuba.
TIE Fighter.
Oh, boy. Okay, JV Goldney.
Star Wars Rebellion.
I don't know what that is, but I love it. Reeves?
I'm going to go with Super Star Wars.
Okay, interesting. My next choice shall be Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. Okay, Andrew Reiner.
How about a little Battlefront 2, the original
Battlefront
from
2.
2005?
Before everyone gets mad at you.
Exactly.
Okay, Joe Juba.
No star
The
cards.
Masters of Terras Casa.
Yeah, baby. All right, JV Goldney.
Star Wars Rebel Assault.
Oh boy. Oh, Reeves.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, okay,
I'm going to go with The Old Republic. No, wait. Knights of the Old Republic. The first one.
I can never remember that one. What is that one
What's it called? I don't know. It's what game.
It's an
that
obscure one.
almost
my
never.
God.
Nobody talks about that one.
My last one is going to be Star Wars Yoda stories.
Wait, what is this?
We'll talk all about it. Okay, is there any arguing what the bottom of this list should be and what the top
I
of
think
this
you
list
just
should be?
brought it up.
Yeah, Yoda stories.
Yoda stories at the bottom of the heap?
I don't know if Terras Casa's down there either, though.
Do you want to explain what Yoda stories is?
Yoda Stories is bizarre. So it was ported to the Game Boy Color in 1999.
From
It was
PC.
Yes, it was originally in 97 released as a PC game. I read online that it's the successor to a game called Indiana Jones and His Desktop Adventures.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But this is, you star as Luke, and get this, reminds me on this one.
Wait, you star as Luke?
You star as Luke going to Dagobah, and you get randomly generated missions that send you out to different places. And the entire framing is this is Luke completing his training between Empire and Return of the Jedi. They just shoehorn that in, like, yeah, he just came back and did it real quick, and then Jedi happened. It's not important.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a, I guess in theory, an adventure game where Yoda will give you different quests. We're like, okay, you get this lightsaber and you have to go to Hoth and do something boring and talk to people. It looks like garbage. And I couldn't find it in the vault. Do we have a Game Boy Color section, or are those just mixed in with the old
Yeah,
Game Boy
they're
games?
just in the Game Boy game.
Yeah, they're just in the
Okay.
Game Boy.
Have
We
you
don't
played
have
this?
it. I've never played it.
I've played it.
Really?
Yeah, the PC version.
Me too.
It was not great.
Okay.
It's one of those things where like the weirdness of it might make it special, though, I guess.
Right.
But
I mean,
it's real bad. There's no way around it.
Does it aggressively suck to the degree that Masters of Terras Kasi does, though?
I think it's a worse game. If I had to play one game right now, I would much rather play Terras Kasi than
Let's
Yoda
talk about the
Stories.
characters. Mara Jade, fan favorite from the expanded universe, which is gone.
Uh-huh.
What was the name of that Tusken Raider?
Whore?
That's right.
Really?
Yeah.
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 H-O-A-R.
Yep. It had Boba Fett and also famed Boba Fett wannabe Jodo Cast.
Does he look just like Boba Fett?
Exactly like Boba
Mandalorian
Fett.
armor?
Yeah.
Like the whole thing?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The thing with, I'm sure Terras Kasi, like, turned people away from Star Wars for the rest of their life.
And
like, I
fighting
think it
games.
destroyed people.
I disagree. As
It was
a
the last Jedi of its time.
How dare you? As a dumb kid, like I just had the demo for Terras Kasi. I love playing it.
Oh, I did
don't
too.
think it was like, this is a bad game. I think there's a lot of dumb kids like me that are like, what? Boba Fett fighting game? Great.
I mean,
The game's bad.
I brought
Oh,
this.
yeah, no doubt.
I brought this one to the table. I
Yes.
spent a lot of time in college playing this game. I mean,
College,
like,
well, that's indefensible.
well, but
Okay,
It was
what I'm
new
hearing
when I
here-
was in college.
What I'm
Anyway.
hearing here is Yoda stories should be last because nobody wants to play it. At least you'd
Okay.
spend time laughing at
Terras Kasi.
Terras
Yeah.
Kasi.
Plus, I got that cool shout out in Solo, so that's nice. I feel like it bumps up the list culturally
it's
a little bit.
more
I
relevant.
think culturally, Terras Kasi did more damage.
Okay,
could be.
but also think about this. This is a game that has a Gamorrean guard and a Tusken Raider as fighters. Like, theoretically, they can beat, like, Luke Skywalker in a fight.
Well, it's the
This is a
Dragon Ball
game in
problem.
which Darth Vader can get his butt kicked by a sand.
Hey, everybody has a bad day.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
What are you gonna do?
Okay,
Just
fine.
completely imbalance it. What do you guys think is the next weakest? What is Star Wars Rebellion?
I don't know. We don't have
Star
a
Wars
list.
Rebellion is a very complicated strategy game that feels more like a board game that they turn into a PC game where like you build fleets. It's the Galactic Empire versus the Rebellion takes place. I'm not sure in the original trilogy's universe, and it's just super complicated in an uninteresting way.
So you don't like it?
I do not like
Why
it.
did you play it?
mediocre command
Because it's
and
interesting. I think it's interesting. I think bad Star Wars games are interesting in a way that like no other series bad games are interesting because they leverage like just their settings and their characters in interesting ways. Like they try to make the hero characters in that game like super powerful, but they're sort of weak and stuff.
It's odd. That's the beauty of Star Wars. Is just like with so many games, they've had so many things to focus on, and like I think of Episode 1 pod racing here, right?
Yeah.
Of just like we all liked that scene in the movie, and then didn't really give it much thought beyond that. Outside of Reiner, maybe I'm sure he had dreams for weeks thinking about that pod racing.
I think he
sequence.
built one, yeah.
I still love pod racing.
But it's so weird to play that game and then be soaked in that world for so long. It's like, all right, now I have an emotional connection to Gas Gano because I like the design of his pod racer, and you get really invested in that nonsense. Or who could forget everybody's favorite Slide Paramita or Aldar Beto, other
Oh,
racers
man,
in
his
there.
backstory is so great.
But also, like,
I thought it controlled fun because you used the triggers, and I didn't see that a lot in games like that.
Well, you could use two controllers, right?
Is that
as
right?
the individual engines.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think you're on the
Was that as big of a disaster as it sounds like?
Yeah, it didn't work out.
it sounds great.
But
in
it was
theory.
so cool. You know, everybody
Yeah.
had two controllers from fighting games, so
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, why
I
not
would have
try it?
totally been one of those asshole kids who did that, like to try and show off to his friends. Look at me, guys! Right into a wall.
Yeah.
I still love that game just for the sound design alone. Like I appreciate the sound design in Star Wars Episode 1 in particular. But then like playing that game and just like getting to soak in Sebulba's like the sound of his pod. It's so good.
You don't give the game credit for
I know,
reusing an
but
awesome
that's what I'm
sound
saying.
effect from
I
the
give
movie.
the game credit for letting me focus on this one aspect of the movie for so long that I appreciated things about the
Hauled
film more.
ass and was fun.
Yes.
No,
there
it's
we
super
go.
fun.
Yeah.
And Sebulba had a flamethrower, which he's the only person with a weapon, which was completely unfair. I don't know exactly why that was allowed. I'm putting Pod Racer around like middle of the heap.
Yeah, that sounds well. It's a
know,
middle of the road game, but our list might be a little top heavy.
Okay.
Man, I don't know about that. Like I played it recently, the PS2 version.
Yeah.
I think what
There
is
was a
Sebulba's
sequel.
Revenge because
Sure.
they put it on PS4. And
Oh, yeah.
it still holds up. Like it's real fun.
But that's a different game, to be
that
fair.
is true.
Okay.
That
I
is a
hear
different
ya.
game.
Okay, let's start at the top. What do we think is the number one?
Well, hold on. Let's throw Lego Star Wars on there. I think that's.
Oh, it's on there. Okay.
Well, no, that's like in the bottom heap of all these
Oh, you
games
think
mentioned.
so?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. Oh, what do you like
I
about
think it's
Lego
in the
Star
middle.
Wars, Rainer?
I'd put it above Racer, actually.
What do I like about it?
Mm-hmm.
You get to play as everyone. I mean, absolutely everybody. Like, that's so cool. And play with friends and relive the moments in kind of wacky ways. And they do like different interpretations of what happened in those moments. Those games are great.
They are fun.
That's
yeah.
not bottom of the heap.
Would it be
They're
above-
all
It's-
good though.
Would it
Well,
be
no, but
above
it's-
or below Racer then?
Below.
question.
According to my
Really?
list, I had
Wow.
it number 29, and I don't. Racer was 11.
But what does that guy know?
Yeah,
I
don't
disagree.
know.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly not better than, or it's certainly not worse than Star Wars chess.
What is Star Wars chess all
should
about?
not even be on this list.
What is it?
It's literally what the name, like it's just a PC game where all the pieces are characters for the franchise.
Do you know Battle Chess?
Yeah.
It's
love it.
Battle Chess, but with Star Wars.
They have fatalities for all the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The-
There's some of
like-
them are really gruesome, like
That sounds
shockingly
cool.
gruesome.
Like what?
I mean, at one point, Chewbacca rips guys' arms off.
Does it look like hollow chess?
No, it just
They're blown.
It looks
in
like
bed.
battle chess.
It's
Okay.
very
Okay.
sprite.
Well,
It's spritey.
Okay, would you say it's worse than Star Wars Rebellion?
No, I think it's above Star Wars Rebellion, but it's still at the bottom. Like
It's
Okay,
weird because
okay.
it's still chess. Like, it's still probably the greatest game ever made. So like, you have to give it a weird bump there.
Is chess better than Tetris?
No. I think Tetris is better than chess.
Yeah, there you go.
Does anybody disagree?
I don't even.
That's
wanna
what we
think. I don't
came
want
here
to
to
think
argue.
about
We're
that.
not debating that's a different list.
Okay, yeah,
All right.
Rebellion's bad too.
Rebellion's real bad.
I mean,
Okay.
does everybody else agree with this Lego Star Wars below Racer?
I think,
You're
I think
acting as though we can see this list and are
I'm
looking
putting
at it.
Lego
Well,
Star Wars above
That's what
Racer.
Reiner had said, so that's why I'm bringing it up.
Okay.
I think Lego Star Wars is better than
This is
Pod
why I
Racer.
didn't consult you guys when I made my list.
All right.
All right, well, speak now, forever hold your peace.
I think
Joe?
Pod Racer is better than Lego. Personally.
Really?
Yes.
JV knows what's up. I would consult with him. Except he brought up that chess crap.
That seems like a big problem to me. Like, also, Lego Star Wars kicked off this whole trend of Lego games.
It is very important.
I mean, going.
I think
was
importance,
funny.
influence counts for something.
Okay, I'll put it up there.
I like it above.
Joe, were you going for the top of this list right now? Is that where you're going before you were derailed?
He was.
I think it's easier to fill out the top and bottom.
Sure.
And
Great.
and I think there are some slam dunks in
See where the
terms of the
bodies
top
lay.
of the list.
What do we all agree is number one?
Let's go back to the middle of the list.
Like, I don't know if you can debate that Knights of the Old Republic is the best Star Wars game ever.
I don't think there's any debating it.
no,
Does
it's
anyone
an
want to try?
HK-47. It is a masterpiece.
Yeah. What do you guys remember about playing that? What was like the
Everything.
hype like in the office, Reiner? Did people know it was going to be this slam dunk?
We had the exclusive review.
Oh, really?
Like a month before it came out, and I was just losing my freaking mind playing that game. It was unbelievable. You know, like the amount of choice you had, and whether you went Sith or good guys. At any time, like it was amazing. It
and
really
like
was.
every line of dialogue was like voiced, which back then was somewhat novel. Like it was just like amazing. It felt like you were playing this epic. I mean, it was an RPG, but it felt like you were in this epic world for the first time.
And this was also at a phase where it was like the sort of binary good and evil choice feels real outdated to us here.
Right.
But this was a time when like the concept of choice in games was really just sort of in an early phase. And
Yeah.
in terms of like giving you choices and having them play out and give you consequences in a satisfying way, right?
And the other thing, like up to that point, Star Wars games were very much like you versus the Empire or whatever. This gave you an ensemble. It had that magic that you had from all those movies, right? Where it was a group effort, and you got to know those people you were with.
Just you and Carth.
bond with them.
Oh man, it's so sweet. I remember there's that sweet moment too when obviously, hey, Darth Revan, it's revealed it's you, and then correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have the option of going and killing Mission, that little girl, and her Wookiee buddy?
Yeah, I still think like the choices in that game still hold up, even if they are super binary, because you could be deliciously evil.
Oh, yeah.
in
Like,
that game in like unexpected ways.
Someone hiding in a locker, and you just put your saber through it. Like it's like holy crap.
I remember it punished me because I was like, oh, I'm playing the cool route where I make some good choices, some evil choices. So I was right in the middle, and then it's like, okay, you just don't get anything interesting then.
Yeah.
Good
Oh, really?
job, idiot.
Huh.
Yeah.
And I
yeah,
think
you
part of
really
the-
need to commit.
Yeah.
Part of the writing was like, you have HK-47 who you just immediately fall in love with, but he has all sorts of bad ideas for you to do, and you kind of latch onto that to a degree. Like
Yeah.
I found myself like being suckered by that droid.
Yeah.
And it's
The
like
assassin droid.
the game was so complex and had so many different aspects, and it's so dumb that when I look back on it, I remember like, okay, fighting the Rancors. I remember finishing it and thinking, this is my third favorite game of all time. And then I also remember just loving customizing lightsaber colors. Like, oh, my Bastila is going to have one red and one blue.
Yeah.
That's going to be so sweet looking.
Dual wielding.
And and optimizing the different crystals for like different
Effects.
effects
Yeah.
and stat boosts.
But we could gush about this forever.
Yeah.
One more thing though, that game probably has like the best twist, right? Except maybe BioShock.
I mean, the end of that game, people still talk about it. It got me. Like, I was surprised by it, and that's one
Yeah.
of the reasons I liked it.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best twist in the game.
There's an interesting case to be made there, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, just a shout out to a character which I just remembered now. That idiot that lived in the bottom of Kashyyyk, Joe Lee, wasn't that his name?
Jolie Bindo.
Joe Lee Bindo. That idiot.
That sounds like he was named by Lucas.
Okay, what do you think is the second greatest Star Wars game of all time?
I would say Rogue Leader.
Rogue Leader's second greatest.
Out of the ones that are picked,
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that we've got.
I mean,
on
what
the
else are you
table.
going to pick?
Interesting.
I would go Battlefront 2.
No, you're talking the original.
Original
right?
Battlefront 2.
Just to be clarified.
Why Battlefront 2 over Battlefront 1 for the originals?
I mean, more content, more options, more cool characters to play as. Kind of the Lego argument, right? Like,
Yeah.
it just had a ton.
You couldn't play as Jedi in the first one.
Oh, Leo
Only the
Vader
second
from the
one.
booth.
Wow.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for chiming in, man.
Yeah,
That's,
that game was cool.
that's interesting.
Hat-hats.
Yeah, that's true. Tell me about Rogue Leader, Reeves. I never played these.
Oh, really? So
No.
it's like the kind of the third game, I think, from level 5, Factor 5. And it's a space shooter, but it first came out on GameCube, and it just looked amazing. It looked like real life in my memory of it. And I think it still looks pretty good.
Your life is awesome.
Yeah, my life is a digital recreation.
No, this is the third one, right? Because there was Rogue Squadron.
Isn't the
Or
second
no,
one of these-
Rogue Leader and then Rebel Leader?
Yeah, Rebel Strike.
Rebel Strike.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Which was
this-
the one where you could get out of your X-Wing and run around and
that was
Rebel
the third
Strike.
one, which was bad.
Okay, got it.
That became a disaster, yeah.
But yeah, there was Rogue Squadron before this, which I almost picked, and that was also really good. But that was like on the N64, and so this one just looked better. It was a little more refined. It was awesome flights. I know like X-wing TIE Fighter people would
we
probably
didn't-
argue,
no one brought that
which we
up.
did not bring
No,
up
he
because
didn't.
Bert's isn't here. But yeah, for me, like my
Oh, yeah,
favorite
you're right,
shooter was Rogue Leader, and it was a little bit hard, but like that's what made it so fun. Is like that kind of once you finally mastered a mission and could do all the objectives.
Yeah.
it's just
See,
the best feeling in the world.
Joe?
Here's my argument for TIE Fighter above Rogue Leader.
Please.
Is that it has to do with the sense of actually like not only looking real, because Rogue Leader definitely has the advantage there, but feeling real to me is where like TIE Fighter really pulls away.
Because it gets more systemic and
Well, and on GameCube, you're sitting there playing with that terrible controller as
Hey,
you're like
take it
flying
back,
around.
man. Take it
but
back.
in TIE Fighter on PC, there's something about like, okay, you've got the flight stick in front of you. You're like flying around
Not
with
everybody.
that. You're going to, it's like, okay, I need to redirect shields. You're like going to your keyboard, redirecting shields, switching to torpedoes. There's something about the like TIE piloting experience there.
Right.
You pick the
That-
third best of the X-Wing series. X-Wing,
really?
X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, and then
Yeah.
TIE Fighter was
according to you. What makes TIE Fighter great is that you are exclusively on the Empire side of things.
Yeah.
Right.
So instead of doing the same old song and dance that you see in all the movies and all the games of like you're the rebellion fighting the Empire, you're like trying to impress Darth Vader and
that's
the Emperor.
very fun. And there's no like Battlefront 2, current Battlefront 2 like twist of like, oh, now I might become good after all.
No. You get like Force lightning tattoos depending on how evil you are and how initiated into
badass.
the Emperor's favor you are.
That's so good.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
pretty
that
cool.
game's story is really dark. I remember playing it when it first came out, and there was just nothing like it in video games that I had played.
Yeah.
The final mission is you get to be Darth Vader's wingman as you go to like save the Emperor who's been kidnapped.
That sounds fun.
It's awesome.
I think
That's up
there's a
there.
mission where you shoot a civilian freighter.
Probably. I mean, I did that all
It
the
is,
time
like,
anyway.
super
so,
evil.
Yeah, it's great.
It is weird because I always hear people talk about the X-wing versus TIE Fighter, not TIE Fighter though.
But it's just more pure evil. I got
Yeah, I
it.
guess. And
Reiner,
that's
how
true.
well do you think Shadows of the Empire holds up?
not great.
But does that matter?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, this is more historic, like why I brought it up, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was a moment, like, right around the launch of N64, having a new Star Wars story that kind of wedged in between the others. It was cool. Like, Expanded Universe was just starting to take off. You had the Dark Horse comics, and then you had this novel, and the game and the toys that all came out at once.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
I just couldn't get over Dash Rendar.
It's a very good name.
Prince Shizor. And Dash Rendar's fake Millennium Falcon, the Outrider.
Outrider.
Yeah. It's no Ebon Hockey.
Yeah, the
He
Ebon
started
Hawk's
on
another
Hoth.
fake Millennium Falcon.
I mean, you started Battle of Hoth, which every Star Wars video game eventually touches on.
Again, baking in the sound of like, I hear a probe droid, my brain
Yeah,
is immediately
it's amazing.
satiated because of that game. It just
I'm just
drove
going to
that
keep saying
specific
all
sound
these are
effect.
amazing.
The also I love Kyle had that detail when he talked to the director of Shadows of the Empire a while ago, where he said that Miyamoto looked at the game and then said like, "Do you not even care about your animations?"
Oh, really?
Something like that.
Coming from
just a
Miyamoto, you're
mess.
like, what? What's going on here?
Hey, Super Empire Strikes Back and Super Star Wars. Let's pit these two idiots against each other.
Empire is definitely better.
Yep.
Why is that?
I think in addition to just like there's more variety in the kinds of gameplay things that you're doing, it's also got the Hoth level and the Darth Vader duel at the end.
Right.
Oh, is that the one where Darth Vader's a bird or something?
A scorpion?
Scorpion? Is that what it is?
No,
that's
no, no.
NES
That's
stuff.
the NES version.
That's
Okay.
not even in the U.S. That's a Famicom.
Yeah.
These
Okay.
are, I think I played Empire Strikes. Ooh, no, I played. Is there a Super Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Okay, they were brutally difficult, right?
Yeah.
Or was I
they
just
were
a dumb
just
kid?
absurdly difficult. Yeah.
But you remember beating this stuff as a kid there, Joe?
I definitely beat them. Yeah.
I don't think I beat. I just wanted to talk about Super Star Wars because I played it a ton as a kid, but I probably only got halfway through the game. But I loved being able to do the Force jump, which was cool, and like it felt like it had like Luke's powers. And
It
I
was
loved-
like, was it a double jump or was it just a super jump?
I think it was just a really high jump in
Okay.
my memory of it. But then also like using the lightsaber and all that stuff was super fun as a kid, and that was like the only place you could do that.
Yeah.
Outside of your imagination.
Right?
But I agree. Like I didn't play Empire Strikes Back, but like everybody has high regard for that, so I'm willing to put that ahead.
Done.
But I think they should both be like next to each other. Or, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
kinda
they are
full-
sister games. in a
Would
way.
you guys put them below Racer though, or above?
I put them above Racer.
I'd say above.
All right.
All right. Ryan, a Republic Commando. That was a weird one out of the blue. Everybody,
Yeah.
I feel like, wasn't expecting much from that, at least amongst my circle of friends. It's like, wait, this game's actually good? I actually have to play this thing?
Yeah, I know a lot of people bag on the prequels, but getting the clones from those, like the Clone Army, there's so many great stories that came from that, and this is one. This isn't one of them, but the concept is cool, right? Those characters are really neat, and the way they're used as a group is cool, and that's what made that game tick. The best Clone Wars stories were in the animated series and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, playing as that group was awesome. Especially like it was kind of, I think it was Xbox exclusive. That was a nice exclusive for them. Like,
Yeah.
on a system that didn't have many of them.
And as the game programmer Brett Duville talked about before on this podcast, he said that in a meeting with George Lucas, George Lucas said, "We need more personality in these clone troopers or whatever. We need to have different voices. How about we have them all voiced by Robin Williams?"
Really?
And they said, Robin Williams, like as a joke, like, no, literally, let's try and get Robin Williams to voice every character in this game. Because I guess Robin Williams lived right next to George Lucas, but it just didn't happen, apparently.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's weird how
probably
that didn't
was-
line up.
It was also on PC, but you guys know what I mean.
Oh, I see.
Probably
Yeah,
almost happened.
Totally got
So would you put Republic Commando above Shadows of the Empire? you think?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. Here's a weird one. Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. What's going on with this thing?
I would put that pretty high. I think even outside of nostalgia, because I had to think about that one a while. Like, was that a game that I actually loved playing because I was young and stupid? But I think it does a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
It's almost got an immersive semi quality to it, and like how you choose your powers and how you sort of go throughout levels. Like, you can use persuasion to make enemies not see you. There are tons of secret hidden like paths in the game. Like at one point, you can meet Sam and Max. And
Oh,
a
weird.
village is
Wait,
an
the
Easter
detectives?
egg. Yeah, the detectives, because it was LucasArts.
Oh, I guess.
Do they try and do some cute phrasing for what species Sam and Max
I don't
are?
think they actually. No, I don't think Sam and Max actually talk. But if you attack them, they murder you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, there was just a lot to like about that game. It was also, I know the lightsaber combat was made better later on with the sequel and stuff, but I feel like that was the first game with a lightsaber and like first person that almost pulled it off. Like, it was fun at the time and it was interesting, even though
Yeah.
boss battles could be frustrating.
Yeah. What was the third one called?
Jedi Academy.
Jedi Academy.
I feel like we did a replay on Dark Forces
did.
2 like in the last couple of years. That does not hold up.
Yeah.
No,
No.
it doesn't.
Still cool in its era. Okay.
I remember
Yeah.
everybody talking about it when it came out, though, and like, this is the best Star Wars game. It's like the best shooter.
I think
even
for the
people were
time it
saying.
was.
Yeah.
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 In a similar vein, Easter eggs, a twist on an established genre, Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds was made it seemed like it was co-developed by LucasArts and Ensemble, and was built on the Age of Empires 2 engine. It also had a fun Easter egg where you could get a killer Ewok. Spawn him in if you're just playing like a campaign mission or something like that, and then you would just absolutely murder everybody. But it came out in 2001, so it's like this weird space where it's like, okay, you got the Empire, you got the Rebellion. What other races we got here? What else can we include? So it's like you can play as Wookiees, Royal Naboo. It's like, all right, they have that one cool yellow ship, I guess. And then the Gungans. Gungans was just an entire race. It was just like weird pulling it.
So this is a game where you could theoretically control a Gungan army and just watch them get slaughtered?
Absolutely. You can just have AT-ATs march on there.
That's high on this list.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Why
like
not
this game a lot.
Ewoks? Like, that would have been fun.
I think because they probably wanted to be current and modern.
lame.
And nothing's more modern than a Wookiee, apparently. But it was also cool because you could be like, you could also be the Trade Federation. And so you could have those sweet droids, the ones that like roll and have the invincible shields. Made me love those things because I got to play with them so much.
where on this list would you put that?
I'll put that right below Super Star Wars. Right above Lego Star Wars.
Above Lego Star Wars. It's surprising me how far Lego Star Wars is going. But
See,
It's getting punished left and right.
it's getting punched.
Hey, what do you guys think about Rebel Assault?
No.
I don't remember that game.
No.
What is that?
All right, fun story.
Two
real
is better.
What, two's better?
Yeah.
I mean, low bar, but okay.
Which ones are these?
They're like that. They're weird, like FMV, almost arcade games that were on PC.
It's like Dragon's Lair, kind of.
Yeah,
What? I
like, they
wanna
were
see
reaction
this.
games, but they had really bad
And some
acting.
shooting, yeah.
Yeah, but the
That sounds
first
awesome.
level opens up with you going through whatever the canyon is on Tatooine that everybody talks about. The
Beggars Canyon?
Yeah, Beggars Canyon, and it's super hard because, especially with the joystick, because it's basically just left, right, Dragon's Lair, and so my dad bought it for us, and we had a joystick, and I started playing it all the time, and I couldn't get past this first level, and I complained about it to him. I was like, Dad, I can't do it. This game sucks. He's like, you don't know what you're doing, blah blah blah, because he was a huge gamer, and so he sat down, and he's like, I'll show you how to do it, and so he started playing it, and he couldn't get past it. And he just walked away. Like, he got really mad and just walked away. He's like, yeah, this is dumb.
All right, so because of JV's dad, that's
it's number one.
just above Star Wars
ate some
chess.
humble
Okay,
pie.
great.
Yes, it was really satisfying.
KOTOR 2.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's a bad rap.
I think that's a top half game.
I think it is absolutely a top
Yeah.
half game. I have never played it, but I desperately
Really?
want to. No,
I mean,
no.
I feel like that game often falls into the same category as like Far Cry 2 and stuff of like, there's a lot here that's interesting that makes it, that puts it above its flaws that people keep talking about years after. And that at a certain point, its flaws become part of its charm.
It reminds me of BioShock 2, where it's kind of overshadowed by the game that came before it as like established everything. And in some ways it's kind of like doing the same thing, but also I think it's better than people remember it, especially
Right.
when it came out in the time. And it's
Yeah.
super buggy too is the other problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no denying that game has technical problems and also a whole mess of issues at the ending.
Matt Burt said you don't get a lightsaber for the first like 20 hours
He's
or
been
something.
complaining about that for a decade. He just didn't play it right.
Also, like I've heard interviews with Chris Avallone talking about writing the story and how he really wanted to push that idea of just like, having some other people rise up and say like, F this, like the tyranny of the Sith, the tyranny of the Jedi. We don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
And now it's so fun seeing those themes reemerge in Last Jedi in a strange way with Luke's monologues he's always rambling on about.
Is that Malgus? Darth, who was in Knights of the Old Republic? too?
Nihilus.
Nihilus.
There are three Darths. It's Nihilus, Treya, and
Icky.
I forget the other guy's name. Scion, maybe?
Force Unleashed.
I like that. I think it's an upper half game. I would put it near KOTOR 2.
Above Republic Commando for Force Unleashed.
Nope.
Below Republic
Really?
Commando.
I'd put
You
it pretty
wouldn't
low
put
on
it
that
above
list.
Commando. I
I'd
mean,
put it
the
higher.
first one. I think the
It's so much
first
fun.
one
Yeah.
is so fun. Like it, unlike a lot of these other Star Wars games, I felt like I actually had force powers when I was playing this game. Like it just did such a good job of like giving you command of being able to pick up things, throw things. Like in your lightsaber combat was fun.
Played as Vader and annihilated an entire Wookiee
That was the
village.
opening
Yeah.
level.
Yeah,
just
that
like the
was
training
great.
level was just kill all these Wookiees.
It's
Go
like-
after Jolie Bindo down south.
Gosh. Yeah, there's that scene in what's the Rogue One where
Yeah.
Darth Vader shows up. It reminded me of that game.
Right,
I was
right.
like, that's so cool.
I don't think it's a great Star Wars experience, in the traditional Star Wars way, but it is damn fun to play that game.
I think my problem with it is since like I'm so into narratives and games, like that one felt like it had like the worst problems of all the extended universe stuff. Like, oh, Darth Vader had an apprentice that we never heard about in
Yeah.
the original trilogy ever, and
Well,
he kind of sucks.
And then
Totally.
and then Darth Vader betrayed him, but then not really, but no, then he did.
Yeah.
And there's like, that story is awful.
terrible.
The nice thing is that we never have to worry about it again because it's been kicked out of the window.
It's not a real story anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No one remembers it now. I played it on DS. Anyways, last game on here is the Old Republic, which is an interesting one to try and figure out where this is positioned.
Right in the
Reiner,
middle.
Did you play Old Republic?
Yeah, I did.
I think that game also gets a bad rap, or people just don't talk about it. Like, I think the story beats in that game were really strong. Like,
How far did you get?
I think I got near the end. I probably played like
Level
30
cap.
or 40 hours, something
Or
like
how
that.
many plot lines were there? 8 or something like that?
I think there were 9 total.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
Bounty
yeah.
Hunter, Sith Warrior, Imperial Agent, Sith Inquisitor, Trooper, Smuggler, Jedi Knight, and Jedi
I
Counselor.
mean, it was all those were lengthy, like super long narratives. Yeah, that game was cool.
and they continued to support it for a long time afterwards,
Yeah.
right? Like with just constant DLC.
And they made it free, which expanded the player base. Leo, weren't you saying some insane stuff about the free version, like what they limited?
Oh yeah, you couldn't sprint until you're like level 20 unless you paid for the membership.
You can't sprint.
Take that, gamers.
That's so sad. I played it before that though, and I had a great time running through that. Basically, just playing it as a solo experience. You know.
We played at launch, and that's when the server queues were ridiculous. You'd be
Yeah.
waiting like 3 hours to get into your game.
Right.
Man, we had some serious problems back then.
Okay, but also the commercials they made for that game are
The
rad.
CG
Yes.
movies.
Yeah, there's
all
some
the
really
mini
cool
trailers.
things,
Yeah.
Do we think it's better than KOTOR 2? Old Republic?
No.
No.
Are we putting it below Force Unleashed?
Yes.
No.
I think I might go above it.
Yep.
Put it
Okay.
above Force Unleashed.
What do you guys
Sure,
think of this
go for
list
it.
here?
It's
Starting
crap.
from the bottom, working our way up.
Okay.
Star Wars Yoda Stories, Masters of Terrascasi, Star Wars Rebellion, Star Wars Chess, Star Wars Rebel Assault, Pod Racer, Lego Star Wars, Galactic Battlegrounds, Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back, Shadows of the Empire, Force Unleashed, The Old Republic, Republic Commando, KOTOR 2, Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, Star Wars Rogue Leader, TIE Fighter, Battlefront 2, the original, Knights of the Old Republic.
Wait,
I
what?
resent how far down pod race.
You know what?
That's
I
bullshit.
feel like we did it for the haphazard approach we took to that list.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good to me.
It's pretty bad, but the good thing is we talked about Star Wars, guys.
It's beautiful.
For a long time.
I have a feeling we'll be talking about Star Wars for a long time to come. Reiner, next week, will you tell us all about your trip?
I will tell you everything I saw. Jedi Fallen Order debut will be at the show, so we'll have some details on that. And
my
Episode
God.
9.
Oh, yeah, and that
And
little thing.
Mandalorian.
That'll be
and
awesome.
the Clone Wars.
That was just a clip from a larger show called The Game Informer Show. You can find it on iTunes, Google Play, or GameInformer.com. We take the fun opportunities and exclusive information from Game Informer magazine and boil it into a show that airs every Thursday with exclusive cover story information, developer interviews, a lot of fun stuff. So come love games with us.